It's unbelievable. Century of Cricket podcast is being watched by multi-millionaires and billionaires across the world. So many are writing in with advice. It's amazing. I'm just touched. But I want the common man to also be part of these people now. I don't want only the rich to be watching this show. So make sure you go out there and everybody watches this show and force people to watch the show with you. If each one of you force 2 people, there'll be 3 people watching the show minimum. The time has finally come. Time to finally talk about the legends of my community who once dominated the Indian cricket scene. I looked up for a second to check with God whether it's okay to talk about this. Got the message. Moving on. The ones that we're going to talk about, and this episode is for all the Babas out there.
It's in the air. It's a 6.
To cover 4! So sorry, just got carried away. Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Century of Cricket podcast brought to you by IDFC FIRST Bank, and I am Cyrus Broacha, your one-stop shop for all things Bawa. And today we will be talking about some of the most legendary Parsi players who have played for India and paved the way for Indian cricket to become the most popular sport in the country. And now let's talk about some of the most influential Parsi cricketers of their times. Now, I've already talked about the icon naricontrator and his bravery in another episode, and you can find the link of that episode in the description. That's why this episode will be dedicated to other Parsi players who have had an equally big impact on Indian cricket. Pollyumrigar. When someone asked naricontrator about Polly, he said that Polly was a terrific cricketer and always stuck to his principles. And if he ever failed, he would spend the rest of the evening trying to figure out where he went wrong. He wasn't prepared to accept that in cricket, you can also fail. Like on camera, I can fail by just leaving the area and realizing there's no camera there and then coming back. Folks, that's just a glimpse of what Pollyumrigar was. Polly was born in 1926, just testing you, in Solapur and shifted to Mumbai in his early teens where he developed the love for the game. Even before he turned 18, Polly was selected for the Parsis team for the Bombay Pentangular Trophy. He eventually made his debut for Bombay's Ranji team in 1946. Before he was made the captain of the Ranji Trophy team, yes, he was the captain, he was given the responsibility of captaining the Indian team in 1955. Indian captain first, and he captained India for 8 matches before he decided to step down due to a feud with the Indian selectors. He himself walked out. One thing about Parsis is that we are very outspoken people. Very outspoken! Just testing you again, but you have to know where to be outspoken. During his peak years, Polly held the most important records in Indian cricket history, which were most number of tests played, most runs, and most hundreds. Like the sound effects? He held these records from 1962 to 1978 and were eventually broken by SMG, Sunil Manohar Gavaskar. For his contributions to the game, Polly was also awarded the Padma Shri in 1962 and the C.K. Naidu Trophy in 1998. Many legends of Indian cricket like Gundappa Vishwanath, Ravi Shankar Shastri have credited Polly for their success, as he was always there for the next generation to help them get better. In fact, Gundappa once mentioned to me that when he was captaining the Indian team during India's tour of West Indies, he was having trouble seeing the ball and mentioned this to Polly. Polly gave him the advice to try skipping and do some eye exercises before every match, which instantly worked for him. You can do that at home as well, at the same time. Speaking of trends, you know the one trend we need to change? It's paying forex charges anytime you travel internationally. It's so expensive, makes no sense. And that's why you need to get IDFC FIRST Bank's first WOW credit card, which is an assured card backed by fixed deposit and has 0 forex charges. Before we wrap up, a quick warning from IDFC FIRST Bank about fake job scams. Scammers pose as recruiters with attractive job offers, creating fake postings and websites. They may even conduct fake interviews to steal your personal info or ask for money. Research the company, beware of unrealistic job offers, and be cautious of unsolicited emails. Never pay for a job or share sensitive information. I have some information I want to share with you. This episode is over. I have to go. And that brings us to the end of this episode of the Century of Cricket podcast. Tell all your Baba friends about this episode, and if you don't have Baba friends, what are you doing, yaar? Don't you like having fun people in your life? Don't be like this. Go and find your local Babaji and say hello, give him a hug. Don't get too close, but you know what I mean. Be friends. Till then, let me teach you a ball that no Indian bowler has been able to deliver since Vino Mankad. This is the one that comes in with the arm.